right, guys, so we are making a hat. All right. Somebody had said they wanted to know, like, basically for me to do a tutorial for them. You guys have to go to my, this is how it looks so far, y'all. Look, babe.
Oh, it looks nice. I like it. Wow, and you got it up fast too.
I'm being silly, y'all. But I love creating things. And if you would like a hat, you can actually go in the description and purchase a hat. This hat will be up on the site by the time you look to for it. Okay. All right. Um. So before we get into the video, I would love for you guys to thumbs it up, subscribe to the channel, and also leave us a comment. All right. So we're gonna talk about Florida lady sends her mother up to the upper room for being mean. Thumbs up the video, guys. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the thumbs up. Alrighty, so let me go here. Let's see. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing awesome. Okay, so this actually happened not too long ago, within the last day or so. And I'm probably going to redo this thumbnail and put the lady's picture in the thumbnail so you guys can see it. Now, one thing I like to do, guys, is I like to talk about some things surrounding the topic. Then I will talk about the topic. Then we're going to read some comments. And then we're going to, that's just how I do it. All right? While I crochet. So if you, like, that's like 12 things I do in one video. Hi, Miss Julia. Hello. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about anger management. Obviously, first and foremost, this lady was not a what? Proverbs 31 woman. That is my mission. Transitioning from the So Chanel Chronicles and the Brianna Chronicles, we're transitioning to basically talking about being a Proverbs 31 woman and be a man that deserves a Proverbs 31 woman, okay? Or how to find a Proverbs 31 woman, okay? Obviously, this lady does not. Her name is Earlene Tucker, and she is 58. So I'm assuming her mom was elderly because she's 58. And she has some trauma going on. So we're going to talk about, should we talk about trauma first or should we talk about how to deal with anger? Let's talk about trauma. What does trauma do? And I'm going to say childhood trauma. Thank you so much. What does childhood drama do to an, okay, adult? All right? We ride this wave, y'all. That's what we do. Okay. We're going to talk about that as that's booting up. We're going to go ahead and start crocheting this hat. Right? Crocheting has really helped me, guys. One thing that you cannot be is angry while crocheting. You guys hit that thumbs up button. We're trying to get 20 likes. Yesterday, I think we reached our goal. Okay. So thank you to all the likers. A lot of my likers come in the replay. I love that. If you are in the replay, hashtag replay. If you were in the live, uh, hashtag live. All right. Are you guys ready? Go ahead and type up ready. Thank you, Miss Liz. If you guys don't know how to thumbs up the video, you're going to go ahead and it says it in the comments, okay? Because replayers, you guys already know how. It's real easy. All right? Now, I'm going to talk with my therapist voice, my calm voice. That's what we're doing. Because, look, I was taking my heart rate this morning, and I was taking it as I was talking to my husband. My heart rate was, well, it read 90. And I knew that wasn't right. So I took it while I was quiet, and it read 79. So when you are yelling and screaming, that is going to raise your blood pressure. Let me do that real quick. Raise your blood pressure. It's going to raise your heart rate. And it's going to raise your cortisol and adrenaline. And it's safe to assume that Miss Earlene Tucker, who is 58, has high cortisol, high adrenaline, blood pressure's through the roof, glucose through the roof. She doesn't do any meditation, and everything she says is yelling and screaming. And how do I know that? Because she took her mom and made her pack up her bags and go to the upper room. If you don't know what the upper room is, you need to go ahead and you need to watch the movie with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, Life. Okay? You'll learn what the upper room is when you watch that movie. Okay? And the upper room is really supposed to be just for senior citizens. Did you know that? The upper room is supposed to be for senior citizens. Not the way she went and did it, though. Okay? Her mom was still supposed to be here. Senior citizens are supposed to go on their own. Their ticket is done. Their rent cannot be paid anymore. The mortgage is too high on earth. So therefore, they must go to the upper room. Okay? And that's usually over 70 years old. All right? All right. Let's go. Water break. Water break. Sorry, gotta drink my water, you guys. Gotta drink my water. I'll probably get All right, let's get into it. Childhood trauma can have lasting effects on an individual's mental and physical well-being. See, I was watching Willy Wonka yesterday. I don't like the new one. I was watching the one with Johnny Depp. I like the old one. He has a saying in there, or the movie has a saying. He says, "You have to go back to go forward. You can't go forward. You can't heal. You can't get better without going to the nucleus of the problem, the base root cause of the problem." Type this up, guys. We have to stop treating the symptom. We have to stop treating the symptom and treat the cause, the root cause of our problems, okay? Oh, you don't have to, type up all that. Just type up, we have to stop treating the symptoms, okay? All right. Now, emotional and psychological effects of childhood trauma. You're going to deal with the D word. Guys, can't say it. Y'all know what it is. It starts with a D, ends with an N. Childhood trauma can contribute to feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and persistent low mood. So what do a lot of people do when they... Are you hitting the heart buttons? Huh?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay. Are you doing it now? My husband is trying to do this, and I feel so bad because I am really holding him up from doing work. I can work independent,
You can.
but he
Okay.
does like helping. But it makes me feel bad that I'm keeping you from your job.
Okay, so I won't do that. Okay. All right. Thank you, dear.
Okay?
Okay.
Childhood trauma can contribute to feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and persistent low mood. So, what do a lot of people do when you have a lot of low mood? You go to different things like extracurricular activities. Um, you go to chemicals. You go to bad food. You go to, some people go and they meet up with people they don't know to shake off, if you will. You act up in all kinds of ways. And so over time, when you become dependent on these type of acts, I don't hear no keys tapping back there. I don't hear no clippers going.
Okay. All right. Let me do that.
You know, um, we're on two different schedules, you guys. Uh, but we have the same office, and I think I'll be taking him away from
All
his
right.
work.
So this one to do. I'm gonna go in there and do it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Yes, thank you. You can still, you're welcome to take your cell phone if you want to hear the video,
Okay.
you know, to get you through your tasks.
Okay.
But I'd feel better if you proceeded through your day. And
Okay.
ladies, how I'm talking to my husband is how you're supposed to talk as a Proverbs 31 woman. You don't yell at him and make him feel like you're his mother. You just don't know all of the things that he had to go through while growing up. And so we don't want to take our spouses back to a time in which they were not happy. Okay? Now I'm learning that at my age now. I wasn't like that when I was younger. Okay? I learned it. It's called being wise, wisdom. It's about living and things like that and getting better. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. I gotta put on some lip gloss. This is actually vitamin E. Because I do a lot of talking and I get dehydrated. I'm human. Okay? So you have to be aware of the base root cause of why you're acting out the way you are. Okay? Because who wants to go to a psychiatrist for the rest of their life? You want to get to the point where you're good. You know what I mean? Um, where you can self-soothe and read your word and pray and do the work yourself, you know? But you got to have help. You know, you can't start and do it by yourself from the beginning because you're all over the place and you need to be settled. All right? Anxiety, okay? That is something a lot of people, including myself, deal with. You know, me going live and things like that, I do deal with anxiety. So I have to make sure that I stay, I stay hydrated because dehydration causes anxiety. Traumatic experience may lead to heightened anxiety, excessive worry, and panic attacks. Okay? All right. PTSD, you guys know what that is. Some children develop PTSD after trauma, experiencing flashbacks, nightmares, and hypervigilance. And so this is to parents, you know. A lot of us, you know, when we were younger, you know, we angered very quickly. There is no guide to parenting, right? And so when we're younger, we just don't know better. You know what I mean? And we lash out, we yell at our children. But this is how you make people like Erling Tucker. This is how you make people like her because you did something, to her as a child and she never sought help for it. Okay? Her mother more than likely did not see it coming. She did not see it coming. It was probably a surprise. Okay. Behavioral changes. Okay. Trauma can alter behavior, causing aggression, withdrawal, or difficulty concentrating. So a lot of children who do bad in school, it's simply because maybe something is going on that at home that is basically causing them not to be able to study or not to be able to pay attention in class and things like that. And so when these things like that start to develop and build up, it goes into your adulthood. It is what it is. A lot of problems that we're going through as adults stemmed from our childhood. Okay, learning problems. Trauma survivors may struggle academically, leading to lower grades and disciplinary issues. So obviously, Miss Earlene Tucker probably didn't do well in school, probably didn't go to college, probably doesn't freaking read books, because for her to basically send her mother on a one-way ticket to the upper room says that she has some pinned up anger, pinned up stress that she thought that would solve by doing that. Well, now, honey, you're going to be in jail for the rest of your life. You're 58 already. She's 58, so, hey. All right? I'm sure whatever was going on as a child was not necessarily going on when she was 58. So that stemmed from her childhood. You can simply just not go around your parents. You know what I mean? You don't have to go around anybody who doesn't treat you well. Okay? Increased use of wellness service. Trauma can result in more frequent visits to mental health professionals. Involvement with children welfare and juveniles. Yes. Physical wellness consequences. Obesity, childhood trauma is associated with an increased risk of obesity. So when you see obesity amongst children, I told you some people cope with stress by overeating or undereating. Heart problems, trauma can impact your wellness as far as that. It could give you glucose issues. Okay, trauma may contribute to development of glucose issues. Okay, all right. So let's talk about the story. And let me make sure this place. Let's see if this has any comments. I'm gonna look it up in my. All right, so we're about to uh, read the story. All right, we're about to get into the story because I think the ways that we can kind of stop this stuff from happening, is by preventative things. Okay, I share stories to teach lessons, not just to scare people, not just to spread negativity. I decided to take these misfortunes, unfortunate events, and place them on this platform and also give you a great lesson to go, you know, to take away from it. Okay, all unfortunate events can be what they call basically cautionary tales. For how you shouldn't go and live that way. Okay, and that's what we're getting so far, you guys. Oh my gosh, I think this is going to be nice. Hold on. And I would suggest anyone who has anger management issues, I suggest that you pick up crocheting. Crocheting has calmed me down. It has given me more purpose, uh, to do this because I know I'm creating things for myself. I'm also creating things for other people that these hands are blessing these products so I can send them to people's homes and things, and they'll be blessed just by me working on them. As me being a Proverbs 31 woman, that's what a Proverbs 31 woman does. She makes things with her hands. She's a businesswoman. She could, knows how to run her business as well as take care of her family. She knows the difference between work and family. She doesn't neglect them. And that's something we should strive for as women, or towards as women. So we don't go around being angry. We don't go around being spiteful. We don't go around trying to have vengeance when God says vengeance is his. Okay? That's basically what my mission is. Okay? All right. So a Florida woman has been arrested after authorities found her unclothed outside of her residence. So obviously, this woman definitely has a mental problem. So I don't know how they're going to handle this. How do you think they're going to handle this situation? Obviously, she's mentally ill just by that description. Now, she could not be mentally ill. She could have just done that so people can think she's mentally ill so she can plead insanity and get off. Okay? Who knows? There are tests out here um, to test people's mental states, not just by what they say. They can actually go by the chemicals in your body and tell what type of person you are. Yeah, I'm sure they have that out there. Okay? All right. Then recovered what? Oh, child. I should have read this before I made this video. So I'm going to have to reword this, honey. Mm-hmm. So they found her unclothed. And then they recovered. Child. Honey, they done recovered. You know when they said what's on the inside is what counts? Well, honey, that's what they counted, baby. That's what they found inside the home. So what's on the inside that counts? They found the mama's insides that count all over the house. Okay, this is called demonic. This is demonic. This sounds like a darn 1983 horror movie. Yeah. Erling Tucker, 58, was arrested and charged with premeditated sending someone to the upper room. Premeditated. Honey, they gonna put her under the jail. If they saying it was premeditated, that means you had the mental capacity to know what the heck you were doing. Looked like she had the same spirit as Dahmer. Kinda, sorta. Okay? I'm just keeping it 100. Tallahassee, Florida found Tucker unclothed outside the home, according to paperwork obtained by another big, huge news outlet. Once the officers escorted her into the home, Erling stood over what appeared to be the insides, okay? As one officer began looking around the home to find clothing for Tucker, he knocked on a door to discover her mother, Lucille, gone in the room with trauma to her chest. What? Jesus, this is like Mortal Kombat. The inside of the chest was found on the floor. It was the majority of it. Adding that the injury to Lucille's chest was consistent with an child. She just took out everything. That's all I'm saying. She took out something out here that beats. And it was most of it. So it looks like this woman has like some type of medical stuff, meaning she knew how to do surgery. Now that's on another level. Earlene was taken into custody and is being held without bond. Once the officers stationed, Earlene allegedly made several comments about sending her mother to the upper room, both during the interview as well as when she was in the interview room by herself. So she was talking to the people, and then she was talking to herself. She was doing all kinds of, admitting that she did whatever. She was just trying to act like she was insane. But she knew what the heck she was doing. During the interview, she allegedly said her mother was mean to her because of her skin color. And you guys can look at the thumbnail to see that. Okay. She also said she removed her mom's beater and her mom's bump 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 to inspect it. Okay, that's what she said. She said she removed it to inspect it. She was mean to me, but I didn't care. She allegedly said I loved her brown color, but she didn't love mine. Earlene also said that she would not speak with a certain color officer. Once assigned a brown officer, she said she had learned through investigation that she was another color and could not give up power and control to a to a brown man. So she didn't want to talk to nobody brown, and she didn't want to talk to nobody who wasn't brown. Child. Officers noted in the affidavit that Earlene made several comments indicating that she needed to be obtained in jail and that she had to end the saga. According to family members who spoke with investigators, Earlene had been hospitalized in 2009 due to mental wellness issues. Lucille moved to Tallahassee last year so that Earlene, a healthcare worker, this is how I knew she was a healthcare worker because what she did, okay, could take care of her. Family members say, per affidavit, Earlene has entered a plea of not guilty. It is unclear if she's retained obtained a child. That is a piece. That is a piece of work, to say the least. That is a piece of work. Ugh. Let's. Now, before I read this, the full time I read the full story, I already knew that she was in the wellness business because of what she did to her mom. Just like these women who are out here and they take people's babies and then they go and they see the woman who was pregnant and they see it's a perfect incision. It was perfect. They did that. They are in the wellness field. Okay. And so with that being said, people who are in the wellness field are humans as well. They don't get enough rest. Not getting enough sleep will cause you to have issues. I just looked that up, and we're going to talk about how not getting rest contributes to mental issues. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Okay. So, sleep deprivation can significantly impact our mental wellness. All right? Emotional responses and mood. Increased anxiety. So when you do not get enough sleep, and you need to be getting between 7 and 9 hours of rest, sleep. There's a difference between sleep and rest. Okay? You can rest and not be physically sleeping. Okay? So we want to go ahead and we want to, understand that sleeping and resting are two different things. Okay? Distress. Poor sleep often results in increased emotional distress. Negative emotions. Lack of sleep can amplify negative emotional reactions. So, the reason why I'm talking about this is because she was in the health field and the wellness field, and we know that they are completely overworked. They do not get sleep. They do 12-hour shifts. Sometimes they'll do a whole 24-hour shift, which is ridiculous. You know what I mean? At that point, when you don't get sleep, you start to hallucinate. Your heart rate starts to go up. Blood pressure goes up. Sugar, cortisol, all of the stress hormones goes up. Okay? It affects literally every system in your body. When these things are out of whack. Decreased positive emotions. So when you do not get enough rest or sleep, and insufficient sleep reduces our ability to experience positive emotions like serotonin, like oxytocin or whatever. I said oxytocin or whatever. Those are your feel good hormones. So if you are stressed, all of those feel good hormones are gone. That affects your mental state. It affects everything, your libido, everything. Okay. You do not want to be in a situation where you are constantly distressed. Okay. When you have cortisol in your system flowing high, honey, you get all kinds of stuff. You won't be able to digest your food. You'll get more infections. It affects your immune system. I love talking about these stories because it gives me the avenue to do what I love to do, which is talk about holistic wellness. And this is a major way to, check yourself and to heal yourself by understanding that your emotions are all controlled by different hormones. We have over 40 plus hormones in our bodies. Melatonin is one of them. Insulin is another. Of course, we have estrogen and testosterone. I mean, literally every function in our body come basically is controlled by hormones, right? And so I remember I told somebody a long time ago they were going through something, and I gave them some chocolate. And after I gave the chocolate to them, I said, "Don't you feel better?" Because chocolate would almost always make me feel better mentally, and or it will help me to deal with pain, or you know what I mean. I used to like a lot of chocolate, and I had to. It's a certain amount. It's a certain chocolate now. At that time, I was eating chocolate I had no business eating, but now I eat chocolate with a purpose. Meaning, I only eat chocolate that is soy free. Like my chocolate bars are like $5 a piece. Like it's medicinal, dark chocolate, not milk. But my point is, she said, "Yeah, I do feel better." Because sugar, of course, is a stimulant, and chocolate, it has magnesium in it. It helps you to produce serotonin. It helps you to produce more loving hormones. That's why that is the major gift that is given on Valentine's Day. It's a box of chocolate, and it's always appealing because it makes you feel better. Okay, so when you don't get enough rest, you kind of deplete all of your feel good hormones. You know what I mean? And that'll make you go down a roller coaster of issues. Like, with the So Chanel Chronicles, I realize there's a lot of mental things that's going on there. And during their worst time, she and her husband, they weren't eating at all. And how did we know they weren't eating? Because the weight just was falling off. Weight was constantly falling off. And water weight, they just looked dehydrated, it's things like that. Cognitive function, guys, and perception. Everyone is not going to be nice to you. There are people out here who are not going to be nice. Um, they're going to say things that you don't agree with. That's just what's going to happen. But at no time does that give you a right to go and hurt somebody just because they did something to you that you just simply didn't like. That's just not cool. Okay? And so cognitive function, guys, no sleep. Okay? Sleep helps maintain cognitive skills like attention and learning. Memory. Poor sleep can impair memory function. So if you're going around and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't remember what I ate, or I don't remember where I put my keys, or I don't remember if I took my medicine for the day. If you're going through that, that is a sign that you are very stressed out. Because when we have high cortisol and things like that, that is putting you in the mode of the fight or flight syndrome. Okay. And so when you're in fight or flight, you're literally just in the moment. You're just trying to get out of danger. You're trying to get into safety. So you're not thinking, your body shuts off all of its faculties, everything, digestion, elimination, your memory of everything. It basically cuts all that off and just sends you into the mode of, okay, I just need to get out of trouble. And that's great when you are literally fighting, like running away from a bear or a tiger or someone who intends to hurt you or harm you. But if you're just in that position all day, every day, when you're going to work, when you're sitting around, when you're just fellowshipping with other people, if you're constantly in that mental state, that could be detrimental to you and to the people who are around you. Okay? All right. So, two-way interaction. While insomnia can be a symptom of psychiatric disorders, sleep problems also contribute to wellness. Okay, resilience. Prioritizing proper sleep, duration, and quality is crucial for overall well-being. So, you should be sleeping between 7 and 9 hours a day. If you're not able to sleep, that is going to affect your decision making. Somebody can say boo to you and you just want to go off. That's immediate. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can find. Let's see if I can find this story in something that has like a news feed. Please bear with me. And I hope all is well with you guys. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. All right, thumbs up the video. And subscribe if you have not already. Okay. Okay, great. I found a good form. Uh, let's see. Hold on. Oh no. Okay, there's no comments there. I was trying to find what other people are saying about this story. Yeah, well, it looks like it's not that many forums up because this is actually a brand new story, guys. So it's unfortunate that this happened to this family. I pray first and foremost that this woman gets the help that she needs. And that the family also is, heals because this is awful on anyone for someone to do this. And I just pray that maybe since she was in the health field, the health system, the wellness system, can find out, ways to not overwork their people where they're not able to rest and they're not able to care, have self care for themselves because you're putting other people at risk. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but let's hope and pray that that happens. Okay. And I'll see you on the next video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you want to get a hat, okay, please make sure you check out the site, all right? If you want to learn how to crochet, please make sure you follow us on our other YouTube. All of the information is in the description.